Thank you for clicking on the video. Welcome back to the channel. This is another review for Kandi and The Gang, Season 1, Episode 5. He looked like a snitch. Patrick is a snitch. Anyway, Chandrika is, still talking to Kandi and Ty. Do you want to be here? And she says she wants to be here. She's just not here for the manager turnover. Like the managers is just coming and going. That's a lot. But Todd says to her, just make us aware of your grievances before you go vent to somebody, basically. Talk to us about what you're feeling unheard, you feeling unheard, let us know. In the restaurant, Mama Joyce is in there wondering where the host is. She out there doing a confessional on her phone, because she had to go run and do that right after the conversation. Brandon, he has Dominique over. His apartment, the furniture was like, where did all this furniture come from? Like, did you drag everything from the college dorm room? Did you, the card table with a tablecloth and the folding chairs for your kitchen table. Why we doing that, Brandon? You got an Audi outside. And so with the Audi outside, I'm going to need for you to get a real kitchen table and chairs. Whether you run down to the rooms to go, whether you run over there to the Pier 1, like, I don't know where you're going to find it, but the card table and folding chairs, when you have an Audi parked outside, no. Just all this disjointed furniture all over the place. Redo it. Where's Torrin? You need to call Torrin to come around and help you out. But anyway, he has her over. And they sit down and talk about the party, her being there solidified things for Brandon. He's like, oh yeah, I got her. That's my girl. Now she the one, because she came and met my mom and my daddy. So yep, that's my girlfriend. He done gone and called it. They together. Anyway, she's there because she want to treat him to lunch. So that's what they gonna go do. Before that, my bad. He tells her about the staff meeting because she wasn't there. He asked her, like, what were you doing? Like, was it worth it to miss it? Because she said she was dancing. And yes, it was worth it. She auditioned and got booked. And so next month she'll be going to London. She says she can't really tell us where she's going or who she's dancing for, I should say. And then the production is like, we'll tell it. Production shows her talking to Kandi. So she's going to be going on tour with Rick Ross. So go girl. We love to see it. That must be very exciting. I love that for her. Anyway, like I said, she gonna take him to lunch, so they gonna go do that. He's still a kiss and everything. I said, y'all, it's this girl, cause she be trying to play coy and act like it's not like that. And he is so lovey-dovey. Ain't no way in the world you're not reciprocating that when them cameras are off, or behind closed doors, or in them text messages, because he is in love. Anyway, Brian, he's home still, of course, with his friend Georgia. She's helping him with some food. Since his suspension, he's been doing very well with the soul rolls, doing pop-up shops, all that. Chandrika pulls up. Of course, she got to talk about the day. She talking about some, child, I almost walked out today. Girl, you wasn't doing none of that. Because you had an opportunity and did not. So please, girl. Anyway, she proceeds to tell him about her talk with Kandi and Todd. She says she know it was Patrick that told them. She know it was Patrick. He the snitch. She know he the one. And it's like, yeah, he did snitch on you, but not this time. This time it was you that snitched on you because they heard it out your mouth. They heard it come directly out your mouth. So it really ain't even no sense in trying to figure out who you was talking to and who would have repeated it because you said it. Anyway, she tells him about the meeting. And she says it was a crock of shit. Brian, of course, knew it was going to be a crock of shit. He glad he wasn't there. She tells him about the team building event, and he says he's going to come. Whether he invited or not, he going to show up. He says if Philip comes correct, then he'll come correct. If Philip comes incorrect, he's coming incorrect. He on whatever Philip is on. Hopefully, and Philip was in a good mood. Philip turned it around. Kandi and Todd, they meet with Philip and Don Juan. at the OLG on Camp Creek. And that one looks, it's so much more lax. Surprisingly, because Camp Creek is hustle and bustle. Hustle and bustle. But it was quiet in there. They talk about the meeting, and Kandi is telling Philip about, the people's grievances with him. And he kind of cuts her off like, but I want to talk about Brian. I'm like, no, talk about, Kandi wasn't even finished saying what she was saying. Oh, you don't want to hear what the people got to say about you. I want to talk about Brian. Because his whole end game is fire Brian. Kandi was the only one up in the place that had Brian's back. Because Don Juan was on board with firing him, and so was Todd. Kandi like, listen, we're not doing none of that. He's a great bartender. The people on Yelp, they leave reviews about how good of a bartender he is. We're not doing that. We're going to do this team building event. And after the team building event, if Brandon doesn't like him anymore, if Brandon wants him gone, then we'll do what Brandon wants to do. She got to make sure Philip knows he ain't going to make no final decision on keeping or not keeping Brian. Brandon will make that choice. Anyway. Kandi, she asked Philip about touring as well. Like what's going on with y'all, and he says nothing is going on with them. They haven't spoken since then. He ain't seen them. So again, we'll see everybody at the team building event, and we can go from there with all of this. Back at the OLG, Chandrika, she talks to Brandon about her conversation with Kandi and Todd. And she needs him to watch the host stand while she go figure out where Patrick is and confront him on what she thinks he's done. And I'm like, and Brandon, let it happen. He just let her walk right on out. I mean, I guess maybe she was taking a break. I don't know. It was slow, she said. We see Patrick and Melvin, they're out walking and stop and get a smoothie around the corner. And Chandrika come walking up the street. Patrick! Like she his mama. Walking around the corner, strolling up on them like, So I had a conversation with Kandi and Todd, and they were saying that I said that they don't give a fuck about the restaurant. Like, I didn't say that. And they looking like, what? Patrick looked guilty because he know he been running and telling. And she's like, and I heard you say that. You said out your mouth that they don't give a fuck. He's like, I didn't say that. I said that they don't come around a lot. And she's like, yeah, which means that they don't care. Like, don't do semantics with me. But again, Chandrika, you said it. You said it. You might not be the only one saying it, and this is what you're trying to prove, but you still said it. Melvin is like, wait, so did somebody say we said it, or are you assuming? And she says, I'm assuming. That's which is why I'm here. I'm here to ask questions. Melvin says, so this conversation is basically bullshit. It is bullshit. And she just turns around and walks away. I'm like, girl, stop and think about all of the conversations that you've had, all of the many times you've been standing around there talking shit. And then just say to yourself, I do be around here running my mouth. I'm just going to take that one. I still got my job. And I'm just going to take it. I'm just going to take this L. No, she going to figure out who ran the toll on her. Patrick say he ain't no rat. Ain't no rat blood in him. Production shows us that was a lie. He ain't no rat. You ran so fast to Kandi to tell on them people after that dinner. We don't even want to hear it, Patrick. You are absolutely a snitch. Dom and Brandon, they go on a date. And they basically make it exclusive in the car ride. She's going on this. She going to London, and she's like, listen, are you gonna be seeing other people? Because I ain't gonna be seeing other people. We gonna just be exclusive? Okay, so we exclusive. You my boyfriend then. And she gives him a kiss. And he's like, damn, it come with kisses? She said it come with more than kisses. It come with a little cooch. It come with a little cooch. Anyway, so they go together now. That's cute. Kandi and the family are celebrating Riley's birthday. Riley is still in school, but she says she came and graced them with their presence on, down in little Atlanta. Because she's at NYU in New York City. And so she been living a life, I'm sure. She wants to be an entertainment attorney. Kayla wants to be in production. We asked Ace, what you want to do? Ace say he want to own a restaurant. So they're setting the family up, you know, with these restaurants, but it seems like the kids are not ready for that. Like Kayla say, when I'm 40, I'll take over. So right now they're trying to, you know, reach their own goals as opposed to, you know, falling in line with the family's restaurant. I mean, like Todd said, it's 4 of them. So out of the 4 of them, somebody will step up, and maybe it's gonna be Ace. Ace, the one that said he wanted to do it. So let Ace do it. While talking about that, Kayla's like, I mean, yeah, since this is a family restaurant, we all should be at the restaurant, because they was trying to suggest the girls, you know, work in the restaurant so that they can get a feel. And she's like, no, not just us. Kandi and Todd should do the same thing. I think the owners should step in as well. Kandi says she done been in the kitchen. She's served tables. She been out there busting tables. She done it all. It's Todd that don't want to step in and help. Mama Joyce say he need to get in there in that kitchen and see what's really going on, because that's where they get the most hits as far as their reviews go. People got problems, got issues with their kitchen. And Todd just says, I'm not getting in the kitchen. I'm not doing that. Mama Joyce can't stand it. She get in her confessional and say, see, that's why I can't stand his ass. And that's why all of Atlanta can't stand his ass either. They all the old lady gang can agree that Todd don't step up and do anything as far as pouring into the restaurant like he expects everybody else to. He's one of those people that's just like, I got the money to purchase all of this. I got the resources, and so I all I got to do is hire somebody to do the job. I don't need to do the job. I hired a kitchen staff to do the job, and that's flawed behavior. You're gonna have to go. You're gonna have to get in the trenches every now and then. So I say, no, not him. Mama Joyce. Wait, no. My bad. It's the team building event. Okay, it's a team building event. Before everybody shows up, Don Juan tells Brandon that, you know, he's going to be the one to make the decision concerning Brian. And so, you know, he got something to think about. You know, pay attention to Brian today. The rest of the gang start rolling in. While they're sitting down, you know, waiting on Kandi and Todd, Brandon gonna mention waking up with Dom Unique in front of everybody. And it's like, everybody can hear you talking about we woke up together. What? They all looking like they knew anyway, but it's still no, Brandon. No, it's he a kiss and tell kind of nigga, and no, run, girl, run. Anyway, Mama Joyce and them refereeing the games will be the OLGs, and Mama Joyce is hype. I mean, she is excited. The first game is tug of war. They pick teams, of course. And when they were picking teams and Philip was passing out the flags, Brian is like, can you hand me my flag, Philip? And Philip just gonna toss it to the floor. So he's catty, but or are you catty? Or are you both catty? Because see, I think that Philip got a whole lot of self-hate there. You know, he's one of those gay men that prefer to only be around a certain type of gay man, and Brian's type of gay is too gay for him. You know, self-hating. He don't like that Brian is so free, and you know, he's the effeminate type. He's not the effeminate type. He's the, you know, don't ask, don't tell type. And it's like, don't do that to him. Don't do that to him. Stop that. Anyway, Todd's team wins the first game. The next game is an inchworm relay. Mama Joyce says she want to demonstrate for the class. Hilarious. Hilarious. Anyway, Kandi's team wins that game. And so the score is 1-1. The next challenge is called Expediter. Don Juan specifically came up with this game so that he can show the owners what it's like to be an expediter, and you know, in the kitchen. That's an important role, and them of all people need to see what that's like. And they play that game, and then Todd's team wins. No, It's a tie when they play that game. It's a tie on the Expeditors game. The prize was, I think, $700 or something like that. And so they just decided to give everybody $100. I said $100. The OLG over there thinking, do we get $100? No. Oh, and when they were playing one of them games they was playing, and I think it was Aunt Nora. It was Aunt Nora talking to Aunt Bertha. And is that Patrick over there? Oh, Patrick done put on some weight. Yes, he have. He have, Bertha. He have. Oh, it's just like your aunties just be sitting up talking about your weight gain. Like, why we always noticing the weight gain? Y'all don't ever be coming up saying, you look good, you done lost some weight, you thin. No, it's on, you need to push away from the table, don't you? You done got a little fat, don't you? After I had my baby, my grandma told me, and after seeing me, you need to get on in that gym. I was like, I had a baby yesterday, and she was telling me I need to get in the gym. God rest her soul, but that was mean, Granny. That was mean. We just don't be knowing what to say. Just don't be knowing what to say. Anyway, it's a tie across the board. You know, everybody gets $100. Brandon says that he liked the way Brian conducted himself today. He was a great team player, and so he's gonna think on what he's gonna do about him. They're gonna have a meeting to rehash some things, and they can go from there. The next day, Brandon sits down with Brian, and Philip is there to, you know, oversee. And Brandon explains to Brian what the suspension was about. You know, your insubordination, you know, the talking back. Production shows us. And he tells him that, you know, we're gonna go ahead and have you come back. We have a new write-up policy, and so you already have 1 documented. After 3, that's a wrap. We're gonna go on ahead and have to, you know, terminate you at that point. Brian understands. Philip also, you know, steps in and he apologizes for his approach. He feels like he can understand he was a little abrasive. They both apologize, honestly, and it's all good. Everybody's good. And that's where we end. Good talk. Good talk. That's it. I got a lot of editing to do. I did 3 videos back to back to back. So let me get off of here. Be sure to rate, comment, and subscribe to the channel. It's Call Me Busby, and I'll chat with you later. Peace and light.